Hello, second graders. Today we're going to continue with Lesson 10 for Unit 5, Module A. The vocabulary word for this lesson is the word frontier. Frontier means the edge, the border, or the wilderness. Our conventions for today, our convention's objective is I will be able to expand simple sentences, and then we've been using the same writing objective for the past couple of lessons. So again, it's I will be able to write an opinion piece to state my opinion and supply reasons that support the opinion. Expand simple sentences. Too many short sentences can make writing sound choppy. To fix short, choppy sentences, writers can combine two simple sentences into a sentence with a compound verb. Let's look at our examples. John planted the apple trees. John watered the apple trees. John planted and watered the apple trees. Short, simple sentences that have the same subject, so in this case the subject is John, can be combined into one longer sentence with a compound verb. The words planted and watered make up the compound verb. So let's practice. Let's combine these pairs of short, simple sentences into a longer sentence. So John liked to walk in the woods. He liked to play in the woods. So what do you think that would be? Okay, we have the same subject, John, right? This pronoun is replacing the word John. So we could say, John liked to walk and play in the woods. So let me type that out to show you what it would look like. Let me make this a little smaller. Okay, so John liked to walk and play in the woods. Now, how do you think we would do this next one? John wanted to see the frontier, period. He wanted to help the settlers. So again, we have the same subject. This pronoun he replaces John. So it would be John wanted to see the frontier and wanted to help the settlers. Okay, now you're going to practice this skill in your online writing journal. So expand simple sentences. Combine the simple sentences below into a single sentence with a compound verb. Then write your own sentence that uses a compound verb. I'll help you read number 1. John gave apple seeds. John sold apple seeds. Okay, so I want you to see if you can do number 1 by yourself. You're going to combine the sentences, right, that use a compound verb, and then you're going to come up with your own example for number 2. So plan writing. Reading different texts on the same topic can deepen understanding of the topic. It can also help form an opinion about why one text might be more helpful or informative than another. We have read 2 texts about Johnny Appleseed. Chapman, planter and pioneer, and Johnny Appleseed. So let's look at some questions to help us plan. What topics do the texts have in common? That means, what do they share that's similar? What is the purpose of each text? What text features help the writers present information? How is the information presented similar? And how is the information different? So today we will plan our opinion piece about which book is more informative about John Chapman's life. So in order to help us plan, let's think about how we can use a Venn diagram to compare and contrast the 2 texts. So let's look at the similarities and differences. Okay, and then just to review a Venn diagram, remember, we can draw 2 circles, right? So at home, if you have a blank piece of paper, you can draw the 2 circles. If not, you can just follow along on here. Remember, what goes in the middle, this is called where the 2 circles intersect or cross over one another. This is what they share, what they have in common. So this is what's the same. And then on the outside is what is different. Okay, so just to help us remember that, I'm going to put here an S, meaning the same. And then on the outside, what is different. Okay, so let's look at some similarities and differences. John Chapman, planter and pioneer. John Chapman collected apple seeds from a cider mill where workers threw the seeds away. Johnny Appleseed In 1797, John settled in Pennsylvania. He collected apple seeds from cider mills. That's found on page 57. So both John Chapman, planter and pioneer, and Johnny Appleseed give facts about Johnny Appleseed and how he started his orchards. This is a way that both texts are the same. Second example, John Chapman, planter and pioneer, is longer, is organized into sections with headings, and has more facts and stories. Johnny Appleseed is very brief and focuses on basic facts about his life. Some of these facts are organized on a timeline. The two books are organized differently. The writers present their information in different ways and present different information. So now let's look at what we can put in the Venn diagram. Okay, so this is part of the process that good writers do. They take a piece of writing through a process. They plan. Then next is drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. So we will create a Venn diagram to compare and contrast John Chapman, planter and pioneer, with Johnny Appleseed. So if you remember, on the outside, we put what is different, and then on the inside, right, how are they the same? So if I look at this first story, John Chapman, planter and pioneer, okay, maybe I'm going to use a different color. This story is longer, has more facts and stories, and has headings. Okay, so these are the characteristics that are unique to John Chapman, planter and pioneer. Now I'm going to go ahead and skip over to the other side. Now Johnny Appleseed, with this story, what's different about this story is that it's very short, gives basic facts about his life, and it also has a timeline, so that's a different text feature. Now I'm going to talk about how they are the same. So both of these stories, okay, maybe I'll choose a different color to show how they're the same, give facts about how he started his orchards. Okay, make this a little bit smaller so it fits. Okay, if you want to recreate this at home, you may. If you don't have a piece of paper, then you can always pause the video and use this Venn diagram that I just did for you. So now in your online writing journal, this is independent practice, you will write an opinion piece about which book you feel is more informative. That means what gives more information about John Chapman's life. Is it John Chapman, planter and pioneer, or Johnny Appleseed? Use a Venn diagram from Writing Workshop to make a list of points that you can use in your opinion piece. Then on a separate sheet of paper, so in your online writing journal, write an opinion statement about the text you think is more informative. So I will give you a sentence starter to help you if you choose to use this one. Again, the sentence starters are just there as a guide. You don't have to start your writing how I am. Okay, but if you need help getting started, I would say, in my opinion, okay, and then you would give the name of the book that you think gives more information. So I'm going to leave that up to you if you think it's John Chapman, planter and pioneer, or Johnny Appleseed. So in parentheses, I'm just going to put title of book gives more information about John Chapman's life. Okay, so that would be a start. So again, you're going to pick one of the books and put the title here, and then tell me why. Okay, and then remember, you can use this Venn diagram to help you. You might even want to add some more facts in there. Okay, so please get this lesson done today on Tuesday, and if you have any questions, I'm on Google Classroom. Thank you.